Welcome to another episode of Feiro Functions, where we give you a behind-the-scenes glimpse at what it takes to keep Feiro functioning. In this video, we will continue to show you about how our water flows. In Water Flow Part 1, you got to see how we pump water from here, under the Port Angeles City Pier. We ended the video with the pump pushing the water through our duplicate pipe system. In other words, our two parallel running pipes below the pier to the building. And this is where those two lines enter the building. The parallel PVC pipes are connected to these green flex hose. You can kind of think of them as flexible pipe. We control which line we are using with these ball valves. Of course, we also have to coordinate which line is connected to the pump. In this image, we have the line on the right open, which you can see because the ball valve is parallel. The two lines join just above this with the next ball valve, which is also open, and that sends the water to our sediment tank. The sediment tank allows the incoming water to basically relax, and hopefully all the debris and sediment falls to the bottom, aka settle, and that allows our exhibit waters to stay as clear as possible. This is one settlement tank, and we have a bridge pipe that connects it to a secondary settlement tank. The water inside both tanks equals about 800 gallons. Most people don't get a chance to see into these settlement tanks, but today we're going to. It does require, of course, climbing up a ladder to get to them. And then, ta-da! Just kidding. We do have to remove the lid in order for you guys to see inside. Inside the settlement tank is where we see that the pump is successfully pushing the water across the distance and up the vertical lift to bring in approximately 90 gallons per minute, which is faster than what our exhibits use. So we have to have a system set up to turn the pump off and to turn it back on again. To do this, we have a buoy system set up inside the settlement tank. The three buoys are connected to our pump control panel, and depending on their configuration, will trigger the pump on or off. It is also connected to our emergency alarm system. So, if the incoming water is not flowing at a fast enough rate to meet our exhibit's needs, an alarm will sound. If this occurs after hours when no one is at Feiro, a phone call is automatically made to the staff. In addition to debris, the settlement tank allows critters to find a home. The only critters coming in through the pump would be plankton, but plankton can sometimes be the larval forms of some familiar animals, such as the plumose anemones. Unfortunately, these plumose anemones will cause issues with our buoy buoyancy and will soon have to be removed. Often, our settlement tanks would be full of critters, but every other year, we give them a really good deep cleaning and remove everything. And that happened about 6 months ago. But we can already start to show you some new critters that have come in, including this plumose anemone. These are feather duster tubeworms. They are probably the most abundant species that we find in our settlement tanks, and they use those fluffy plumes to capture plankton. Another fun plankton eater is this white stiff-footed sea cucumber. It will be using the tentacles you can kind of see here to capture the plankton and then sticking their plankton-full tentacle into their mouth to slurp it up. This next one might be a little tough to see, but there's that little orangey, peachish colored animal. That is a broad-based tunicate, or a sea squirt. Like everything else I've shown you so far, it eats plankton. Just underneath our plumose anemone, we can see a scallop, who has adhered itself to the wall of the settlement tank. Barnacles are another common critter seen in our settlement tanks. And just underneath these barnacles, you can see the bulkhead, which is the opening that connects to the bridge pipe. Our bridge pipe is a 3-inch PVC pipe that connects the first settlement tank to our second settlement tank. To give you a look inside this settlement tank, we have to climb another ladder. This ladder is not quite as high up this time, and it is also a permanent fixture. As you can see, the opening of our second settlement tank is quite a bit smaller, which makes it oh so fun to climb into for our deep cleaning. There is the bulkhead that connects the bridge pipe to this settlement tank. Unfortunately, because this tank is quite a bit taller, the depth of the water is much harder to see through, but we usually see the same critters during our cleanouts. In addition to the bulkheads leading to the bridge pipe, both settlement tanks have other PVC pipe connections, which will lead us to the next video, where we talk about how the water gets to the exhibits. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to sharing you the next part of our water flow in part 3.